Time for some Q&A on our morning walk.
Okay, first question. Wait, what are you doing? We hear that a lot.
We are doing a thru hike of the Appalachian Trail. What's a thru hike? It's when you hike from one end of the trail all the way to the other end. The whole thing. How long is the trail?
Yeah, how many miles is it?
Yeah, go ahead.
2,193 miles, I think.
2,197.4 miles.
That's close.
Every year it changes a little bit because they do maintenance on the trail or something to do with private property. Sometimes the trail changes a little bit.
Where does it start and end?
It starts in northern Georgia on top of Springer Mountain. We are starting at Amicalola Falls State Park at the approach trail, which is about 8.5 miles long.
Where does it end?
It ends in Maine somewhere. I think it's around central or northern Maine on top of Mount Katahdin in Baxter State Park.
How long do you think it will take for us to hike this trail?
I'm thinking somewhere between 5.5 and 6 months. It depends on how we feel and if we have injuries or, yeah, depends what happens.
So for those that don't know us personally, our son got engaged over Christmas, and that has put a time limit on the hike because they have set their wedding date for mid-September. So we have to be done. I would like to be done around Labor Day, just so we can come back home and I can find a dress and we can help finalize things for the wedding.
And it'll give us time to get the kinks worked out of our legs and make so we can walk like normal people again.
Are you quitting your jobs? So I actually quit my job on January 5th. I did that because I need more time to train.
I work for a company that I've worked there about 20 years, and they're allowing me a leave of absence. So I will have a job when I get back. That's what I'm planning on doing.
Next question. How many miles do you think you'll do each day?
That's a tricky question. We're going to attempt to do 8 miles a day to begin with. And then every week or every other week, we will increase our mileage 1 to 2 miles a day, I'm assuming. I know it varies a lot depending on terrain because there's some really hilly sections and really rocky sections and some nice smooth sections. So we're hoping to be up into the low 20 miles a day through the central part of the trail because it's not as hilly there.
And I imagine the first week or two, it will kind of depend on how my knees are holding up.
Yep.
Hopefully the training that I do, which we'll get to that in a minute, will fix those problems so I don't have those issues on trail. How do you know where the trail goes?
It's marked. They have a white blaze. A blaze is a stripe of paint 2 inches wide, 6 inches long. And they have it marked. I don't know if there's any set distance, but periodically, just so you know you're on the trail. And we have an app. It's called Far Out. It's a map you download. Then you can keep your phone on airplane mode. And the GPS shows you where you're at.
How will you get food and how will you get water? And then how do you make it safe to drink?
Food part is easy. We'll cross roads that lead us into towns, or there'll be stores close. And we'll just have to find a grocery store or a gas station or Dollar General or something and buy more food.
We are not sending ourselves food along the trail. Some hikers will do that. They will send boxes to themselves every, I don't know, 50 miles or however far they want. They will send themselves a box that has food in it that they want on trail. That's something we have decided not to do.
Now, I want to support the local businesses along the trail. And it's just easier buying your food as you go. Then if your tastes change, it doesn't matter. You just buy what you want. Water is a debated topic. And I say that because most people filter every drop of water they get while they're on trail. I have read the book by Ray Jardine. I don't remember what the title is, but he talks about getting Giardia and Cryptosporidia. You can build immunity up to those by drinking small amounts of unfiltered water. So we've been doing that over the last year. And on the AT, there's a lot of springs. And in my opinion, there's no reason to filter water coming straight out of a spring. But if you want to, go right ahead.
So back to the training topic. Are we both training, and how are we training? So like I said earlier, this is now my second full week of training. I actually used ChatGPT to create a training schedule. And so it's got me doing like strength training and incline training on the treadmill, which my lovely husband rigged it so I can do like a 15% incline. That'll be fun, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I do short walks, I do long walks, and I do recovery days. In February, I am planning on getting a gym membership that has a Stairmaster so that I can spend time on that thing. Not looking forward to that.
Yeah. I am not doing a whole lot of training right now. My job has me walking around. So I'm still in fairly good shape. Over the last 7 years, I have backpacked more than 2,000 miles. So I know about where my fitness level's at. The last month before we go, I'll really step up my training.
Plus, he probably doesn't have to do that much training anyways to keep up with me, because I'm going to slow us down.
That's okay.
Anyways, are we sleeping in tents the whole time? No, thank goodness. We will be staying in, I don't know if we're going to stay in the shelters along the way, only because they tend to have a high mouse infestation.
Yeah.
And I am not keen on having a mouse crawl across my head or my sleeping bag or anything like that. But we will probably stay in hostels.
Or hotels.
Or, yeah, and hotels when we get to town. A hostel, what is that?
A hostel is generally just a house or a building set up to house people. Instead of everybody getting their own room, you share a room with several other people. They're generally set up to help hikers, like they have laundry services. They either have food there to sell you, or they have rides into town where you can resupply on food. It's a really neat thing, especially if you're hiking solo. They usually charge per person per night. A hotel will charge per room per night, and so it'll be almost as cheap for us to get a hotel room as it will be to stay at a hostel. So I'm sure we'll stay at some hostels, but I'm sure we'll stay at quite a few hotels too.
Are there going to be days where you won't hike?
Absolutely. I'm planning on not having a lot of those days, but I'm planning on doing a lot of Neros, and a Nero means nearly 0 miles hiked. Those days we'll set up, we'll get within 5 miles of a town, go into town in the morning, buy food, do laundry, eat a lot, stay in a hotel that night, and then the next day we won't come back to trail until early afternoon. So we'll be off trail for 24 hours. But we'll only have one hotel stay and maybe 4 restaurant meals instead of 6 or 7 restaurant meals.
How do you go to the bathroom?
Easy for me. Number 1, you just whip it out. Number 2, if you're not close to a shelter, you have to dig a hole about 6 inches deep. Do your business in there, cover it back up. Sure. Most shelters have privies, and then you can do your business in there. For women, a little different.
Yeah, it's a little different. You drop and squat, basically. They actually also have something called a shiwi. It is a funnel. I have not used it yet. I have one. Definitely something I may try out. There was a couple of female hikers that I have watched that said they actually use it at night in the tent and then like pee into a Ziploc bag so they don't have to go outside, which sounds kind of nice. Also sounds kind of weird. So I don't know. That's something I may experience or try out here in the next, 2 months to see if it is something that I want to attempt to do. I don't know. As
far as going to the bathroom at night, for a guy, it's real easy. Just take a Gatorade bottle with you or a vitamin water, something with a big neck size. I can lay on my seat, light on my side and pee in the bottle. Works great.
Oh, to be a man.
Yeah.
Are you worried about bears? Are you taking bear spray? And are you carrying a gun?
Bears, I'm not worried about them, but I know they can be a problem. So as long as you're smart about it, hang your food at night. The only time to be really concerned of a bear is if you see cubs. You don't want to get between a mom and her cubs. Other than that, they're just big rodents. They'll run away most of the time. Am I carrying a gun? No. I'm lazy. That's way too much weight. And we go through 14 different states, and each state has different laws. It's not worth monkeying with every state. Plus you go through national parks, and it's not worth the hassle.
As far as bear spray?
No, bear spray is for grizzlies. So no, not carrying bear spray.
Will you have cell phone reception?
Most days we will have spots on trail where there's reception. But 95% of our day will be spent with our phone on airplane mode to conserve battery. Yeah. Besides, we don't want phone calls. We want to hike.
We will, however, have a tracking device.
Yes, I have a Garmin, can't remember, InReach Messenger, I believe it is.
So we will have a way for family and close friends to follow us so they can see us. It also allows us to text. So like if they have something that they desperately need to, tell us and they can't wait until we get to a town, they can text us, and vice versa. If we have something that we need to relay right away, we can text them. Yep. So we're not completely isolated.
If anybody wants to come out to visit, they will have our exact location. I'm guessing we'll like ping our location every half hour or so, but that is reserved for close friends and family.
How often will you be posting vlogs? So the vlogging part of the trip is my job, which I'm kind of excited about. And
she's good at it.
I won't be doing daily vlogs simply because vlogging on trail, I should say editing on trail, takes quite a bit of time. Plus we don't always have reception. So I think my game plan kind of right now is to create a video that might encompass, 1 to 3 days. It's going to depend on the footage and the length of time and all that stuff. But then I will delay post the videos. As far as how many days out, I'm not sure yet. I'm thinking maybe like every 3 days we'll have a video come out. I would like to keep it fairly consistent just so that people kind of know, hey, today is Thursday and they're posting a video or whatever. But that's something I'm going to have to play around with once we get on trail and I kind of figure out actually how much time it takes to edit and all that kind of stuff. But, so yeah, I think we'll just kind of play that one by ear.
Yep.
But I want to be consistent with it. So, how are you feeling? Oh my gosh, if I would get a penny or a dime for every time I've heard that question. I am all over the place. It doesn't help that I'm going through perimenopause. Not that you needed to know that, but anyways. So my emotions are everywhere. There are days I'm super excited because this is something I honestly never thought I would do. I'm excited to challenge myself. I'm excited to step out in faith and see how God carries us through this as a couple and strengthens me through all of this. I'm nervous. I'm scared. I am, what's the term? FOMO. I have a fear of missing out.
From stuff at home.
Yes, from stuff at home. I have a new niece or nephew that is coming in June that I'm super excited about that I will miss. I will miss some bridal stuff. Even though I'm the mother of the groom and I don't do much, I will still, miss some of that. So yeah, I'm everywhere. So it just kind of depends on what day you ask me that question.
Yep.
How about you? How are you feeling?
I'm excited and nervous. I love the idea of spending months in the woods with my wife, uninterrupted for the most part.
He says that now. We'll see how he feels at the end of this.
Yeah. I'm nervous because there's a lot of unknown. We could break our ankle on the first day. She could, I could. You just don't know. So it'll be a lot of prep work and a lot of saving money for potentially very little adventure. But
either way,
yeah,
we will gain a lot out of this trip,
yep.
No matter the length.
Yep.
So that's a positive in itself.
I think our mindset will take us to the end, but hopefully our body can hold up through it too.
What do you think your biggest challenge will be? For me, I think honestly it's going to be mentally. Like, I think that is where I will be tested the most. Physically, I'm doing what I can do. I mean, I'm training, I'm stretching, I'm ice bathing. So I think for me, the mental thing is going to be my biggest challenge.
The mental is definitely a big factor in it. I think that's me too. It's going to be the mental aspect of it. I know the physical aspect, my body will adapt to it. But just dealing with the grind day after day is definitely going to be tough.
Are there any parts of the trail that scare you?
The first 3 days.
For me, I don't really know. I have not done as much research on this trail as Stan has, or I'm sure other hikers have, so I don't really know that much about it. I do know that like the northern part of the trail is a lot rockier and steeper.
Yeah.
And there's literally ladders you have to climb. So I don't know, maybe that part scares me a little bit, just because I'm not the most stable, balanced person when it comes to walking. I tend to trip over my own feet. So
yeah, that part excites me.
I love boulder hopping though. Like when we go anywhere hiking and I gotta, you know, jump from rock to rock, I love it.
I know a lot of hikers go from averaging 20 miles a day down to averaging 12 miles a day, and they say it's harder to do those 12 miles. Once we get up into the whites up in New Hampshire and southern Maine, supposedly is real rough. So it concerns me a little bit, but I know other people have done it, so I know it's doable. So it's just keeping our head down and going.
What is your biggest fear?
Rattlesnakes and copperheads.
Yeah, I'm definitely afraid that I'm going to step on a snake on trail, because I'm leading most of the time just because I walk slower. And if he would lead, well, you know, he'd be 2 miles ahead and I'd still be dragging behind. So yeah, I am very scared about stepping on a snake. I don't care if it's poisonous or whatever. A snake is a snake. Like, ugh. I don't know. I don't know that I have any other things that really scare me.
Mice don't really scare me, but they are a big concern because they will chew through gear. I've heard a lot of stories of people having holes in their sleeping bag in the morning from mouse chewing through it, or in their tent or their backpack, because you somehow left a crumb of food somewhere where they smell it and they're getting to it. That's probably the biggest concern on trail, is mice, for me.
Okay, last question.
Oh dear.
What are you most excited about?
Spending 6 months in the woods with my wife. We have built a house together, and I know we can figure it out working together. I love spending time with her. Definitely my favorite person in the world.
Aww.
And I love hiking.
So, what am I most excited about? I don't even know. I am probably most excited about the challenge. Seeing how far I could push myself. Seeing how far this adventure takes our marriage.
Yeah.
And then, and granted, I know it may not happen. God's timing, you know, he always has a purpose for everything, but I think I'm most excited about finishing the trail and reaching Katahdin and saying, I did it. I walked from Georgia to Maine. So, yeah. It'll be an adventure and a big step out into faith.
Yep,
but
absolutely.
God's got us, and he will take us wherever this journey needs to take us.